Olá, seja muito bem-vindo ao seu programa de Câmaras on Camera. Um programa que busca sempre mostrar o que de melhor acontece na sua região. E hoje estaremos no Altice Arena com o WebSummit. Antes de mais, fica um breve resumo. Após este resumo, estamos então preparados para dar início ao seu programa de hoje. Iremos começar com o WebSummit no Altice Arena.
I am incredibly excited to be here with you guys today. This is super exciting. And I guess if it goes really badly, we can just play basketball, which is pretty cool. So I'm here to talk to you about the next major step in transportation for cities, and that's urban aviation, or what we like to call ride sharing in the sky. It's a pretty atypical talk probably for WebSummit in the sense that it talks about a lot of physical world stuff, but it's physical world stuff that is only possible because of the web. The mobile web in particular, so there you have it.
The future of skills and education is digital education. The future of jobs is digital jobs. The reality is, in the world today, digital technology has become the cornerstone of our very lives. And that raises a fundamental question for all of us. How do we protect the world? Because as we think about the future, we have to look with open eyes and hard heads at some of the disconcerting trends in front of us. We see unfolding around us a new arms race, an arms race of invisible weapons we've seen not just amassed, but unleashed this year. I think when the world looks back at the year 2017, they will look, among other things, at a single day. They will look at the 12th of May, and they will realize that on the 12th of May in 2017, the world changed.
are science consulting, and we provide ID solutions to companies to help them use technology at its very full potential. So we make a research, we make tailor-made solutions for these companies to really improve their performances. On a very social part, science is developing softwares and solutions to help solve social problems such as healthcare and access to information through a project willing to enable Wi-Fi everywhere and for everybody. It's really electric and really busy. People are going all around, exploring and going through many parts. Here in the alpha section, we are getting people to come and see the project and ask a few questions, and we are hoping it will go better. But overall, the conferences are going really fast. Nice subjects are they talk about nice subjects and they cover a lot of things. So better have a good organization to go through all this crazy stuff. Let's say we were expecting to get a huge network of people and to also grow as a company. The networking is quite easy to make because with the application you can scan a code and get a contact. But for the startup, we were really expecting more of mentoring and more of coverage in terms of investors and people coming to actually see what we do and help us grow. So halfly expected, let's say, halfly met.
NS1 is an intelligent traffic management solution based on the DNS layer. So DNS is the first lookup to any transaction online, right? We're transferring domain names to IP addresses, and because it's the first lookup, we recognize the value in adding intelligence to those traffic routing decisions, rather than just pointing it in a certain direction. It's hosted there to say, right, well, what makes the best use case for the customer? Do we route traffic based on performance? So send you to the most performant parts of your infrastructure, whether that's your CDN, your hosting provider, your cloud instances, right? What makes sense in that respect? Or to route based on cost. If you want to scale down on your infrastructure costs and you know that if you hit too much traffic within a certain data center, it's going to cost you, or within a certain provider, then we can help with that as well. So yeah, that's essentially what we do in a nutshell. Yeah. To have good conversations with both established organizations and people starting up. Our platform scales along with our customers. So we have customers that are some of the biggest names on the internet. We work with the likes of Spotify, Riot Games, LinkedIn, but our platform starts at a very small level. You can even come into it for free, so we can help startups scale up. You know, if they care about performance online, they should be coming to speak to us. Second day is good. Yeah, we had some great conversations yesterday, and it's looking to be a positive day as well today. A good mix of enterprises as well as organizations now looking to scale up.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible. We learned a huge amount last year. We're always trying to improve. It's amazing we have 30% more startups exhibiting this year from, I mean, you look around, I can see Belgium, Germany, France, a lot of French startups. It's very impressive. And Portuguese startups. So, yeah, it's incredible. Well, I think the Commissioner has an incredibly important role. Europe is, you know, we've got 500 million people. Our universities, we've got more of the best universities in the world than anywhere else. We produce unbelievable amounts of research. We've got an incredibly educated population. And I think there's every opportunity to be more innovative in the future, and the work of Carlos and his team will help lay an even stronger foundation for Europe to be innovative into the later stages of the 21st century.
Pain-free are games for children with special needs and learning difficulties, like with autism, cerebral palsy, and other diseases. We are trying to help these kids with learning and education with new things. For example, color recognition, learning letters, numbers, counting, and things which we take for granted. But for these kids, it's really, really difficult, so they have to learn it. They go to special schools, but they are learning it only the old methods. They aren't using like new methods like application and smart devices. So that's where our startup comes in. We are developing games for children with special needs. It's application, it's available on multiple platforms. It's 22 mini games which are helping them with skills which we take for granted, but these kids, they have to learn it. I started when I saw my mom's cousin, Dashka. She had this problem with these really simple tasks for us healthy people. I was thinking about how can I help her, so I started creating little simple games. I was playing with her on computer, and I saw these games are helping her. She's learning new things, and she likes the way she's learning the things. So that's why I started development of these games. We want to attract more users, and we want to help as much people as we can, because with these games it can be used in different countries. It don't have to be only in Slovakia. So, and it's innovative way of education for people with special needs, and I think we can get to more countries, more schools, more institutions where we can help with our software. We have 11 languages so far. For example, English, German, Slovak, Portuguese, Spanish, Russian, Polish, and others, Czech language, for example. So it can be used in all of different countries.
This is a dice that works with your smartphone. If you miss playing the traditional board games and dice games on your smartphone, this is a solution for that. So play DigiDice and relive the traditional way of playing the dice games. Now with mobile gaming, everyone is glued on their screens, and even if we are playing multiplayer, everyone is there on their own screens. The interaction between players are not there. So with this, there is more interaction, and you use the technology as well. So it is a blend of traditional and technology. They are loving it. Unfortunately, we are selling it only in India right now, but people are asking where can we buy.
Because developers are having nowadays a lot of problems, a lot of different solutions that are they using to develop their software. and we thought there should be easier way to build everything from one place. So that's why we developed Jexia. It's a lot of services, cloud services, into one environment. So developers can use one environment to develop their applications. Yeah, most of the startups are looking for money. We are not looking for money. We are here to be with our fellow developers. We are developers ourselves, and yeah, we want to show them what Jexia does, and this is an awesome place to be at WebSummit, and yeah, to have fun also, you know. It's not only about business, but also to be here and meet people like you guys and enjoy a little bit the life. Until now, I really must say that positive feedback. I hope that I give them my business card, so they can really give me a real feedback on platform that they are going to use. And I hope that they gonna also be a little bit negative, because from the negative feedback, I'm gonna learn what we need to do better.
Então, nós estamos a apresentar uma plataforma de criação de realidade virtual que nos permite criar facilmente experiências em realidade virtual, e a plataforma também permite exportar estas experiências para fins de marketing, como por exemplo uma campanha publicitária noutros países, e a plataforma também age como um analytics e que permite a gestão e a medição de quem vê e como vê e quando vê. O que nos distingue é a facilidade da criação, porque nós estamos na web e é um website, na realidade não é preciso instalar nada. O que nos distingue também a nível de business é a plataforma tem integrada em si um sistema de compra de publicidade, onde me permite facilmente, do conteúdo que eu acabei de criar, poder exportá-lo para esta plataforma de compra, e me permite-me ativar rapidamente as minhas criações, as minhas experiências em realidade virtual, em todos os dispositivos no mundo, em qualquer parte do mundo, no formato publicitário. Basicamente foi um projeto que já vinha de 2015 para marcas como a BMW, para marcas como a Audi em Portugal. Já fizemos projetos piloto para a Starcom e Diavest Group, e há 2 meses atrás basicamente tivemos esta situação, apareceu no WebSummit, então por que não vamos começar a fazer a nossa plataforma, e estamos aqui com um produto fechado e já a testar o produto, felizmente, com alguns clientes. O feedback é muito interessante porque são clientes das mais diversas áreas. Temos clientes da área do turismo, em que há alguns problemas como quem captura a imagem, como não, facilitamos essa parte, que são questões completamente diferentes quando estamos a falar, por exemplo, de um cliente da área da automóvel, onde é muito mais fácil de capturar porque o carro está ali e o tempo está sempre bom. O que eles ficam super admirados é a facilidade, em 3 cliques têm a sua experiência de realidade virtual criada, e é muito fácil passá-la para a publicidade, ativar isto ou utilizar estes exemplos dentro do próprio website. Portanto, não há conhecimento técnico que é necessário ter, uma pessoa simplesmente pode fazer isto sem mínimo conhecimento.
In fact, in October 20, you retweeted one of the tweets from this bot, which said, thousands of deplorables chanting to the media, tell the truth, RT if you're also done with biased media. And you retweeted that. Were you aware you were retweeting a Russian bot when you put that out there on Twitter?
No, I was retweeting knowing that the media is biased.
But it was a Russian bot, and you amplified its message. You were not aware of that.
No, I don't think Twitter posts the flag or the IP addresses of other entities. I've retweeted lots of tweets. Millions of people retweet tweets. You don't have any idea who's behind that account. I agree with the message that the media was biased. Did I have any idea who's behind it? No. If there would have been a Russian flag and an IP up there and saying this is a meddling our thing, would I retweet it? No. But that's not information that I don't know.
Do you feel manipulated?
Do I feel manipulated by Russia?
Yes.
For retweeting one tweet?
Well, you and other Trump campaign officials retweeted multiple tweets from this particular Russian bot.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's Twitter. I mean, I think Twitter went to Russia and tried to sell 15% of our entire messaging to them for millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Jack Dorsey wanted Russia's money. I didn't take Russia's money. I retweeted a tweet which says the media is biased, which I truly believe it is.
Was there an influence in what social media has done? Were you trying to bring that into the web? Because users are familiar with that these days.
Yeah, I'd say yes and no. I mean, we always, when we make any product decision, we want to make sure that whether that product exists or is familiar or not, that we come to the conclusion of what we're going to build based on first principles. So what's the most appropriate for what we're doing? But of course, I think with any product decision, you always look around what's in the market, what works, what doesn't, how can we improve it. I mean, for us, I think it really comes down to if we have a community of pictures, you should be able to see the pictures.
There's been missteps in the past by rivals who've tried to do the same thing. Back in 2010, Dig, social news aggregator, lost about a quarter of its users. Many migrated to Reddit.
Yeah,
so I guess you're aware of this. How do you manage the process so you take some of those loyal users with you and pick up new ones?
Sure. I mean, that Dig redesign day was one of the happiest days of my life. But what they did is a lot more than change the UI. So what we're trying to do is make Reddit more welcoming, make it more clear what it is, so people on their first time visiting Reddit can actually see what we're all about. We're not changing the fundamental mechanics of the site. So users will still submit content, they'll still choose the content, and all of those things can be largely unchanged. And that's really what makes Reddit work.
There are a lot of people building platforms here. You've done a lot of work behind the scenes on how people consume information these days, what's relevant for designing websites. What jumped out to you, and what advice would you give those in the room who are doing the same thing?
What advice would I give to people designing websites? I think really the way we think about it and the way I've always thought about it is very simply build something that you would want to use. And hopefully, kind of by extension, that people want to use. Solve a real problem. I think one of the challenges people have when they're building things for the first time is not understanding their own motivations. You know, they're trying to build a big company or they're trying to make a lot of money, but they forget, I think, the most important thing, which is create value for somebody, right? Create something that people actually want to see and be a part of. And then the business fundamentals hopefully follow from that.
Voltamos já de seguida no seu programa de Câmaras on Camera após um curto intervalo.